With two-factor authentication set up, let's test this out and show you how this works. But first, let's edit our outbound policy for our staff users. And here we will select the staff group, which contains our remote user account, Duncan, that was added earlier. So using this group will enforce user filtering based on active authentication. And that means that it will redirect us to the web authenticated portal to log in. And by the way, two-factor authentication is now supported with single sign-on, since the authentication that happens there is more passive and transparent to the user. Just keep that in mind. Okay, we're finished with that, and let's go ahead and save our changes. Now let's go to our user computer that we're connected to, and let's go to any website. We'll go ahead and go to cisco.com. And of course, doing that, we are redirected and we will log in with the Duncan Rockwell account and our password. And then continue. Okay, so now we are presented with an additional login field telling us to enter the code that is currently on our token. So let's go to our iPhone and let's type in this code within the next 50 seconds. Okay, make sure we typed it in correctly and we'll say continue. And fantastic. So now we are logged on successfully since we entered the correct credentials and the correct token code. So since we are logged in as a staff user, let's confirm if we can access, let's say facebook.com, which we are allowed to access. Okay, that works. But let's confirm if we are blocked from accessing Dropbox. Great, so everything works as expected. We can view that authenticated session by going to the firewall monitor page. So let's go to monitor here and then go into firewall. Okay, and there we see Duncan Rockwell logged in. That will be the very top line, but you'll also see that Duncan is listed as a single sign-on user. And that only exists because in our environments, we are enabled for single sign-on and the agent on our domain controller is monitoring the logon events. Remember, the remote LDAP user is basically pulling that Active Directory account, which of course created a logon event. So that's why we see that there. But the top line is what's important for what we just did. Lastly, we can also view the assignment of our tokens by going back to our FortiTokens section here. And there you see that one of the tokens has been assigned and it is assigned to Duncan Rockwell. We can also get a quick preview of all used tokens that can be seen directly on the dashboard page. Okay, and right here, there it will show right here that one of our 2 allowed tokens has been allocated. And that is it. That is how you can set up and use two-factor authentication on the FortiGate unit.